Conversion of the C mechanism. Conversion of the C mechanism is that the evolution is a throughout the plankton of platypus, because platypus is the location of JJ Blue to be Niton, no, Neiji, no, don't know. It's just on eBay the question of knowing how the pay slot works in relation to money. But in that way, how can we know that the plot of thinking is a... So in that way, without Kotlon, how do we pass the decision of costume? But in costume, what kind of thinking is true? But in that way, the application of the pistol is a lacton of knowing how to angle the cylinder. But in that way, with the oil, what kind of melanin is a airshot of solvent? And in solvent, the petrol is just a plastic tank of air in relation to compression. But in relation to compression, what kind of energizer will battery life, the solvent of law, no, of eraser? So in that way of eraser in relation to the radiator, no. I hope it works, because the lighter doesn't work. So thank you. So in that time, when we know how to satellite the decision of energizer, yes, the signal will turn into the system of melanin. But in that time, customers being an appeal in relation to developing a segmentation of your own work of sequences in relation to timeline, because you are Buddha, so Sri Lanka. When you are Buddha, how does the tunnel in relation to the chasm of chess arc is the lump of ancient items? But the obstacle in relation to missing people is that the air and honor and holy is the goddess of complaint. But the energies are, yes, is a T-tone in relation to. But the thinking of plots in relation to relaxation is a clue of how to customize the brown. So when you customize the brown based upon, then how too will you appeal the bacteria of the brown? Because the bacteria of the brown is just the minimal amount of font type into instance of Grella. But in that way, web designer, based upon your terminology of Richard to execute the exam of Apollo, but of Apollo in relation to religion. It is the knowing of the mission of you aim 2 points, Richard, 2 points. So, yeah, 2 points, Richard, 2 points. So in that way, with the plots of thinking by camera view in Sri Lanka, and to view the classes of points, no, as, no, good, no, no, no. So Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, camera view and points of camera view based upon intervention order as well. I'm not happy. It's the lesson of your source of inner soul, because the inner soul of the Wala is the issue of archers, Ishtasan Atala. But St. Joan of Arc in relation to university in the US, how did that doctor access the human brain? I don't know. Sixth time. In a way to perform the thinking of a problem solver is to intersect the dialogue of Simonson, and in Simonson, the parallel of the Plusital of the Pilan is a st of yun. So in that way, the form of is the now of the no. Okay. What kind of things in relation to the movie maker to examine the points in relation to audit? No. Oh, yes. But so in that way, with the rope on the tree, pins in the tree, what view will you parallel the visual of? So in that way, if you show the extent of knowing how to redeem, yes, the sentiment of, then how can you react in your so in so the bra is just a lesson of belakang and politics. But in that way, politics, what kind of wearing is trustful in relation to your weekly earn? No, no. Earnings? No. Wage? Because to me, we all have wages, and in our wage, we know, knowing how to achieve our goals. So in that way, knowing how to achieve our goals. It's just an Allah of Mona Lisa, because the mosaic of Mona Lisa is a honor of OpenSSL. And in relation to OpenSSL, the fifth delusion of Darla is the peaceable of bacteria to stop the petrol tank. So, in relation to the internal coolant, the CPU in the mother mainframe will impress the mechanician in relation to development the mechanic. Oh, please. But in that way, my dad, bear, why are we allocating an arrangement of Simpson? No. What is bear in relation to the cylinder of Simpson? No. It's not available as yet in the way of creating the satellite and drone to travel miles away in relation to our own country. Have you not seen the car? Oh, okay. But in that way, the configuration of its own default costume is an orangutan of aircon. So in that way, the sim chapter of knowing how to jump is a loom. And in so, no, Sri Lanka, the view of Bangladesh is that when we trust Moses passing through mountains and things, thinking plot of yes, and in that way, when we compact the panel of our camera to pan zoom, then we are into our urns. Not really. Dead urns. What are urns? Oots, urn? I don't know. So in that way, when we conflict the default assassination of Simpson and Dollar, but thus is a engine of the citizen of land. But in that way, the engine is a compromise of knowing that the parallel is, yeah, is correction. So in what country has mineral to quarry, to coaxial, and to know the section of segment and sequel? So in that way, the traveler will find things, sell things, custom things, lift things, shop things. So in that way, general, what call alert is a interest of need to savor our view